Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this. I am the CHALL, and today, Chall Chats, Portugal nil, France nil, France advancing 5-3 on penalties in the second quarter final of this year's Euros. Now, before we get started, make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss another YouTube video. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers and 500,000 views. Let's get there as soon as possible, please. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get straight into this review, starting with your starting lineups. So kicking off with Portugal, Diogo Costa in goal, a back four right to left of João Cancelo, Ruben Dias, Pepe and Nuno Mendes. João Palhinha in the defensive midfield with Bruno Fernandes and Vitinha in front of him, Bernardo Silva and Rafael Leao either side of Cristiano Ronaldo. For France, it is Mike Maignan in goal, a back four right to left of Jules Koundé, Dayot Upamecano, William Saliba and Theo Hernandez, a midfield three of N'Golo Kanté, Aurelien Tchouameni and Adrien Rabiot, with Griezmann in front, Kolo Muani alongside Kylian Mbappe. So we're going to kickstart with Portugal, and this is the story. This has always been the story with Portugal. Their lack of finishing, their lack of clinical cutting edge, their lack of finishing opportunities. It's one of their big downfalls, and it's been a big downfall for Portugal this whole tournament, in my opinion. There were games they scraped, there were games that they lost. Well, didn't get the advantage in. I thought Slovenia was that was a Slovenia that was well structured, that frustrated Portugal. Portugal could get chances off, and they kind of scraped through on penalties. They had to go to penalties again, and this time they weren't so lucky. There was quite a lot of clear-cut opportunities that I felt Portugal should have done a lot better with. I just I don't know what it is with Portugal. Something's off with them. Something's off with them. The way they set up, the way they can't finish their dinner. It just, I don't know. Just something seemed off with Portugal. For the majority of this tournament, there's good players in there, and we saw some great movements. That little flick behind from Rafael Leao was a nice bit of quality here and there. There's some good pacey runs from the likes of Nuno Mendes, Vitinha getting involved, Bruno Fernandes getting involved. Um, Obviously Leao doing a bit more than just that little flick. He was getting involved a bit, but again, it just didn't produce anything clear cut. And this is where you kind of, gather the most out of your craft. You have to get clear cut opportunities off every single time. And Portugal, for me, with the quality that they had in that squad, despite the quality that France had in their squad, it just didn't work out for Portugal. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was about. There was something about Portugal that really didn't click for me, and I kind of just dozed off watching Portugal in a sense, in a metaphorical sense. Obviously, I stayed for the entire match, but in a metaphorical sense, it was a very dozy watch for Portugal. There was times where I could see the energy building up. I could see them trying to build up opportunities, but the final ball, the final third, the final shot, that is where I dozed off. That's where couldn't see anything happening. And it happened in the Slovenia game as well, and Portugal did not learn their lessons from it. What happens now for Roberto Martinez, I have no idea. Does he stay in the job? I don't know. There will be questions, and there are Portugal fans asking questions tonight. Um, and I'm sure Roberto Martinez won't be shying away from that. He'll know for himself that he'll be getting asked questions about his position long term. Obviously, I think that's Ronaldo's last European competition. I don't think he scored a goal in the entire tournament apart from penalty shootout goals. So I think that's the only tournament, a European Championship tournament, he's been involved in that he hasn't scored. If I'm incorrect, I do apologise. But as far as I'm aware, I think that's correct. So Portugal were really off tonight. Something didn't click with me for Portugal, and they need to sort it out ready for the World Cup in a couple of years across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Something needs to be sorted about that, because if Portugal are intending to go into the World Cup with that exact same squad and no other extra firepower to bring in, then I'm sorry, I just don't think Portugal have what it takes to win the World Cup either. Now we speak about France, and France did bring it today, but again, final third, their biggest Achilles heel, and there was some, again, the same story as Portugal. There was some real clear-cut chances, and France had, in my opinion, a bit more energy when creating build-up play towards final movements. But again, the finishing touch was lacking. There were shots going wide, there were shots going over the bar, there were some brilliant chances being made. There was a really good one, which took a slight deflection on the block by Ruben Diaz, slight being the operative word there, underneath the leg. And that was probably their best chance of the entire match. There was not a lot of clear-cut opportunities for France either. They relied on a penalty shootout to get through. This is not a great-looking France. Yes, Didier Deschamps is on for a double-double, and, brilliant. Fantastic. From a historical sense, brilliant. Do I think they'll get it? No, because France have got Spain in the semi-final. And if France play the way they did tonight, minus the increase in energy compared to Portugal. If France don't take their chances like they didn't tonight, Spain could end up tearing them apart because France have the energy and they can score on the counter. Don't get me wrong. When they're on it, they're on it. But Spain, for me, are the best team in this tournament, and I've said that. I said that in the round of 16 match, and I reaffirmed that point after watching their quarterfinal game. Spain are going to win the Euros this year. I don't see France winning it. I didn't see Portugal winning it. I don't see England even getting through to a semi-final. Switzerland, again, I don't know. I don't think so personally. Netherlands, again, I don't know. And Turkey. Turkey's probably the best guess. I think Turkey or Switzerland, I think, are the best guess. I would probably say the final's going to be between Spain or it's going to be either Spain versus Switzerland or Spain versus Turkey. I don't see France getting through Spain, and I don't see England or Netherlands getting through. I think it's between the other two. France, for me, had a bit more energy than Portugal tonight, but their lack of final touch is going to kill them in the semi-final against Spain. It really, really is, unless they step it up, and unless Spain has an off day, which we haven't really seen in this tournament, in my opinion, yet. But the positive is there for France. The positive is there for the French national team. They are through. They've got themselves over the line. They're going into a semi-final against Spain. They did enough in the penalty shootout. They did have some energy about them. They did have some positivity about them, but the lack of finishing touch is going to kill them. But if they can improve on that, then they've got a shot of at least trying to win against Spain at the very least. But for me, I think France were just happy to get through that. And there was a lack of urgency at the end of normal time from both teams to really try and win this game. And that kind of petered out into that penalty shootout. But France did what they needed to in the end. Bit of luck with the post from Portugal's point of view for one of their missed penalties in terms of France's luck, Portugal's loss. But French overall won the penalty shootout, and in the end, they got through. And that's what they needed to do. So what is next for both teams then? Well, the equation is simple. Spain have France, and then the winners of the two games tomorrow, as of recording this might be out after midnight, depending on upload time. But tomorrow it is England, Switzerland, and Netherlands, Turkey. So the winners of those two games will play each other in the other semi-final, and then the winner of that game will play the winner of Spain against France. Do I think like I said, I'm going to reaffirm that point again. Do I think the French will win? No. Do I think England will win? No. Do I think Switzerland will win? Probably not. Do I think Turkey will win? Probably not. Do I think Netherlands will win? Probably not. I think Spain have won this already, in my personal opinion. But the French can take pride of the fact they've got through. And in terms of a Portugal standpoint, first of all, they'll be looking for the World Cup. They'll want to qualify. They'll want to get everything nailed down. Post Ronaldo. I think this year's World Cup might be Ronaldo's last tournament. I'm not too sure on that. I might be wrong on that. We don't know if Ronaldo's going to play in the World Cup yet. We don't know. It might be Messi and Ronaldo's last legs. We don't know. But yeah, Portugal doubt me. I have a bit of doubt about Portugal, and the reason why I have a bit of doubt about Portugal is because of the fact that they can't finish their dinner, especially under this particular manager. It just seems like their chance creation has been lacking this particular tournament. For France, though, they move on to a semi-final against Spain. We'll see what happens. We'll just take it as it comes. But the French can take some pride that they're through. Should it have got to a penalty shootout? I think they missed enough clear-cut chances for it to be done in 90 minutes, in my personal opinion. I think the lack of finishing touch killed both teams tonight. And in the end, it was just France that won the lottery that was the penalty shootout. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for a DRC Daily Reports tomorrow, as well as 2 more quarterfinal reviews. Stay tuned for them. And for now, I'm the CHALL. Ta-ra for now. That's full time. Mina bash to you.